Angie Paxton, Health and Wellness Director from the Marshalltown YMCA, YWCA. This is Keisha Lockhart. She works with me as the Health and Wellness Coordinator here at the YMCA. We are just going to talk about what we are doing in our classes to help keep our members safe. So before and after each class, there's a 15-minute window to allow for sanitation and wiping down each piece of equipment. The doors are propped open at the start time and at the finish time, so our members don't have to touch the door handles. You can see Keisha's on a mark on the floor, and then we have spaced out, and we've got marks all over the floor. That's to promote social distancing for our members. We have added sanitizing stations. We've got one at the back of the room in the back window, and then we've also got one up here at the front of the room. The members can use the spray, or we do have the sanitizer in a bucket, and they can use that to wipe down their equipment as well. So we are doing everything we can to help keep our members safe. Masks are encouraged. They're not required. It's just a level of how you feel. So we hope to see you back here at the Y and in our classes. Thank you.
My name is Pat Thompson. I'm public health nurse for Marshall County, and it's always good to be here. Today I'm going to talk about a topic that we've talked about every week practically, the coronavirus, COVID-19, the C word like we like to say. It's still here, and we still need to be taking precautions to avoid getting it. Okay, it's a virus that we do not have any immunity to, and until we have a vaccine that we know works, then we need to still protect ourselves from it, because as hard as these words are to say, people do die from it, and many people don't. Many people recover without any health problems afterwards, but people do die from it, and we just don't want that to happen. We want to take care of ourselves and other people. So we were talking about reasons for not wearing a mask. That's one of those things that we have many of them, including myself. I don't like wearing a mask, but I do. And I'm going to tell you that if the public health nurse is wearing a mask, you really should do it too, because I don't want to wear it any more than you. So reasons for not wearing a mask. It messes up my makeup. I get lipstick all over it. I don't look cool. It's hot. It's a pain. Where is that mask? Where is that mask at? My mask falls down. My mask falls up. Let's see, what else is there, Craig?
Doesn't go with my outfit.
Doesn't go with my outfit. I totally get that. And it messes up my hair and all the things with reasons why not to wear a mask. But I want to tell you the reason why you wear a mask is because it helps keep your breathing. It's really what it's all about, your respirations to yourself and not going out into the air for other people to be infected in case you have any kind of virus. And that includes a cold or any of the other coronaviruses that we have. This helps protect other people from you. And that's why you wear it. You're helping to protect other people. And other people that wear a mask help protect you. It's two-sided, okay? So I'm saying that's the reason why you need to wear a mask, to take good care of yourself and to get out of ourselves and take care of other people. It's much appreciated. I enjoy actually seeing people wear their masks. It's not even fun to wear a mask. We know that. I can put that as a reason. But we really need to do that to help take care of ourselves and other people. So I'm going to say this, please wear your mask, okay? And masks are available. They have been anyway, and you probably have a hard time finding a mask nowadays, but consider doing that and take good care of other people. It's not a requirement. There's no law that says you have to, but it's much appreciated. Okay. The other thing we can do is that social distancing. It's very important. Coughing, singing, talking out loud, shouting at ball games. Who doesn't go to a ball game and just sit there? It's part of the whole thing, or any kind of sport. Is projects your respirations. I can't think out into the world as droplets, and we really need to be thinking about how we want to keep that to ourselves again too. So a mask really helps. Distancing, like I said, helps also. And outside, location helps because there's more air to dissipate our little respirations. And so consider wearing your mask when you're going to be close to anybody. They say 6 feet, and that's what we need to do because of studies. I know that if you're really coughing forcefully, you really need to give more space than that. Okay, be considerate that way. And also when you cough into your elbow. That, we shouldn't just let it all out. Okay, so as public health says, cover your cough. Stay home if you're sick, please. Wear your mask and wash your hands, of course, wash your hands. We learned early on that if all we use is hand sanitizer, we're going to run out. And it's not necessary to use hand sanitizer unless you don't have soap and water. And wash your hands for the 20 seconds and, get between your fingers, the webs of your fingers, around your nails, do a good hand washing. One thing out of coronavirus that's come out is we've actually upped our cleanliness, haven't we? We're cleaning and disinfecting high-touch surfaces, and that's important to do. Sharing pens, that type of thing, does expose us to other viruses potentially. But we do know the most important thing you can do, because the virus is not absorbed through our skin, is to cover our face, use facial coverings and keep your distance. So if you need to wear gloves, please be sure to do that. Wash your hands before you put the gloves on, and after you take them off. That's the way it's supposed to be. Don't touch your mask, and who doesn't fiddle? So the way that virus is transmitted, if we touch our hands or a surface that has it, which is not as likely, but it can happen. Nothing's impossible, as I say in public health. If you don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth, you're okay, So you have to learn to keep your hands away from your face until you wash your hands. And don't be fiddling with your mask, and who doesn't do that? We all do, because it's bugging us, and it's starting to slip, and we're pulling it up, and all those types of things. And been there, done all that, seen it. It's part of the whole thing. So when I see you out and about, and I'm learning eyes, right? Learning eyes and learning to recognize a smile through the eyes, because we're really covered up. We'll know that you're smiling under that mask at me, and that'll be a good thing, and I appreciate you wearing it. And our little, we can't put a mask on everybody because they can't tolerate it. Some people just can't breathe, and that's why people who can go out into the community to do the essential shopping, that's really what we need to be doing now too, is essential shopping. So you're going out, you're doing your social distancing, you're going for essentials only, and make sure you go home and put them away and stay home until you need to go again, okay? It is helpful if you have someone that can't get, I know where I was going. We have someone who really shouldn't be out in public, okay? There's people who have health concerns, can't wear a mask, and we understand that, and you need to have someone go shopping for you and help you out. And it's kind of fun, actually. I have a friend that I do some shopping for and call her up and look at the ads, and it's just kind of a fun time I get to drop them off at her house and wave and say hi and move on, but I get to help somebody too. So those are some things that you can do to help take care of yourself and other people. Keep the ones that shouldn't be out home and take good care of yourself. Okay, so anyway, be careful when you go out there in this world. I wear a mask. Please wear a mask, because it's still going on and it's not ending soon. In fact, if we really look at numbers, there's still a lot of people who need to be protected because we don't have the vaccine yet. But when we do, get your shot, please. So, as we're loosening restrictions, and it's kind of fun, isn't it? In fact, it makes me almost forget that there were some. Does that make sense? You kind of I need to wear my mask feeling, even for myself. We still need to understand that we have personal responsibility for the decisions we make in going out in public, too. And so just because it is said that we can do this doesn't mean we should. Does that make sense? That we really need to look at more than just I get to go out, okay? And this gives you an opportunity to make some choices about who you trust, and not that we don't trust everybody, but not everybody follows maybe the same restrictions that you have, and so we love you, but until things change, we need to make sure that we're taking good care of ourselves, because that helps take care of everybody. So please remember, we have personal responsibility, and we get to make decisions, and look outside yourself when you're making some of those decisions too, please. I wanted to talk to you too about heat. You know, we've had heat, and we're going to have more heat, and we really need to be sure that we're being very logical and intentional on activities that we have outside in the heat. Mow early and late. You know, we'd love to have our lawns looking great, and guess what? With all the rains and fertilizers and things that we do, they keep growing, don't they? Yes, I actually pay someone to mow mine, and I keep, you know, and that's great, but, you know, I know it keeps growing and growing, and I always appreciate the work that he does for me. But, you know, you need to also be wise when you're outside and doing those kinds of activities. You know, take your walk earlier in the day and later in the day. Watch out for your pets. Pets need water, food, shelter, shade, and shade that's not tight where there's no air movement. You know, give them some comfort while they're outside too, so that they're not suffering, or you know, that they're feeling okay.
Don't shut them in the car while
Don't shut them in the car, exactly, while you're, yes. But anyway, you know, so pay attention to your pets. Give them a little comfort, I guess is what I should say. If you don't have air conditioning in your home, and it's going to be a little bit harder now, try to find a place where you can get a little bit of get into air conditioning a couple hours each day if you can, because it's better for our body. It lets it relax, where we're not constantly being stressed over heat. That's one thing that you can do to help take good care of yourself. Have a fan. Don't, you know, the heavy housework that you have in your home can wait. Vacuuming can wait. It really can. I know, because it happens at my house. And so, you know, and also pay attention to your neighbors, that people are dressed appropriately outside, and that they're meaning not too warm. And we know air conditioning houses can be cooler than we like, and then we step outside to get the mail, and it may not look like I'm dressed appropriately, but believe me, I'm going right back in. But, you know, make sure someone hasn't fallen, or there hasn't been a problem with someone. And our people that have to work outside all year round, I always appreciate in the heat and the cold how well they do, because, you know, I would not be a very good person for that. So thank you for the work that you do outside like that. And then we have to talk about, so I say, go out early in the morning, go out later in the afternoon, and work with all the hordes of mosquitoes, because that's what it feels like. They're really, really active. We've had lots of rain, so you need to use mosquito repellent or bug repellent. Read the directions on the can, please, because, you know, you can't overdo it. So read the directions carefully. Make sure that you're putting, if you're putting on children or people that have, you know, that are not as well, that you're paying attention to how to use the DEET or whatever insect repellent that you're using. But you need to protect yourself from mosquitoes and limes, or Lyme. Well, okay, so that mosquitoes are West Nile, ticks are Lyme disease, and you know, like they say, that song, I've said this before, you know, check each other for ticks, you know, look for ticks. You don't need to leave them on your body, because the longer they are on, the greater the chance of spreading disease. It's not immediate.
Have a little lime with your corona.
Have a little lime with your corona. That would be awful. I mean, talk about being struck down, you know, that would really be a tough thing. So you know, look for ticks, because the longer they stay on the body, the greater chance that they can spread disease. Okay, that's really the truth. So when you're out in the middle of the day then, and you need to be out there, be sure to use sunblock, because skin cancer is, you know, always something we need to be concerned about, so take good care of yourself that way. And no kids and pets left in the car ever, even in good weather, you know, just leave them at home, because it's not that long a trip usually, especially if you're only doing essential shopping, right? I wanted to talk to you about long-term care facilities that are working so hard, so that's our nursing homes, are working so hard to take good care of our their residents, your family members, and it is a tough time not being able to see mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts and uncles, and friends in our long-term care facilities. But I know that you are doing them a huge favor, and if you can arrange visits, I hear so many people go to a window, have some moments that they can share with their loved one that are so important. But remember, you're taking good care of them, because the more people that go in and out of that facility, there's a greater chance of getting coronavirus or COVID-19. And talk about having decreased immune systems. That just happens as we all age. You know, I'm working on it myself, and it's something that we just need to do and respect that it's all for a good purpose. But I know it doesn't feel like it, but understand that, and best wishes as you wander through and try to figure out how to take good care of your loved one who is in a long-term care facility. Continue to respect restrictions. They're loosening all the time, and also respect other people's space. Sometimes I notice that if if you're in a booth in a restaurant, you can't move away. And so if you see someone that you know there, respect that they need space even though you're in a restaurant, that type of thing. And also, we need to practice our peace, inner peace, finding our peace with all of this, and our joy, and kindness and patience. So it's a job to get through all of this. And like I keep saying, and I'm tired of saying it myself, is we're not near done at all. And what you do now will affect lots and lots of people too. So it's much appreciated. Until next time, bye-bye.
Kim Elder, Marshall County Emergency Management Coordinator, and we're here at the Test Iowa site in Marshalltown at the Iowa Valley Continuing Education parking lot. For the Test Iowa site in Marshall County, you do not have to be a Marshall County resident. You just go online at the Test Iowa site off of IDPH's website and sign up for testing. Anyone is available or is able to get the testing now, so you go on, sign up, and get a QR code. And once you get that QR code, it should tell you when your appointment is. You can choose certain dates. If you have any problem with that, there is a question answer portion on IDPH, and you can send in a question on that. But basically, once you have that QR code and your testing time, you'll come in, you'll follow directions, and come to the testing site. They'll do your test, and you'll move on. So it's pretty simple. When you drive in, there'll be signage, and the signs will tell you to keep your windows rolled up until instructed to roll them down. You will stay in your car. You should have if you have more than one person in the vehicle that has a QR code, you need to direct the tester that you do have more than one. Have that paperwork with you. So the QR code actually has to be printed out or on your phone, so that you can give that to the testing site. With the test, they do the nasal swab, so that'll it's a long Q-tip, and it'll go in through your nasal cavity and take a test, and then it gets put into the test tube and sent off for the testing. If you don't have access to the internet, they're recommending that you work with a friend, a family member. I know the library doesn't have necessarily all the access it usually does, but you may be able to call somewhere like that has computers that you can access. So that is unfortunately the only way if you go onto the website to sign up. So starting Monday, I don't know what date that is, starting Monday the 1st, we will be doing a 2-week span unless the governor changes that. So if they see it's busier, they may stay open longer. If it's not as busy, they may cut the time short. So they play it by numbers. The results then get sent to that individual. So I'm not sure if it goes through email or if it goes through the mail, but they will contact that individual with their test results. To enter the site for Marshall County site is the north entrance to the college parking lot. So that would be the MCC entrance, and it'll take you around the campus and into the test site, and you will exit then on the south end or the Iowa Valley side.
So I'm Pat Thompson, Marshall County Public Health Nurse, and we want to encourage people that if you feel like you need to be tested, to go ahead and go onto the website, Google testiowa.com, and it's very easy to fill out the form. And make sure you make your appointment, and make sure you do that before you come, because you can't get in without an appointment. But this is a good way to test if you feel like you need to. Dr. Lyons?
Yeah, anybody who wants a test can get a test. And so if you think you've been exposed, or you just want to know, or you've had symptoms, this would be an excellent way to get the test done for free. So the test here is the nasal swab, and it detects the virus in your system currently. And so it'll tell you if you have an infection currently, whether you have symptoms or not. The blood test, or serology, is a test for the antibody, and that's to see if you've had a recent or past infection. It doesn't tell you if you're actively infectious right now. And that is not being offered through the Test Iowa site. That would be through your provider's office, and anybody could request that, but your provider would have to make the determination whether you qualify, and then it would be up to you to pay for that test, whereas the Test Iowa diagnostic test today is free.